one thing that always comes up is people have this perfectionism attitude, and it's like they want to have everything perfect before they move forward. And we're just talking about this before the call, and it's like we want to talk about commitment and actually deciding like what you want, deciding how many lead gens you want, and then taking action before you have everything figured out. Specifically, that we could, this can be anything from this, like, deciding on a niche to go after, and a lot of people I find want everything to be perfect before they actually move forward. And we're talking about this, like this guy just signed a check yesterday for the Reload event. Yeah, pretty sick check. And there's obviously going to be people that, we always sell out, but I mean, you're making a commitment first before you have any guarantees. Right. And so I think a big part of being successful as an entrepreneur, or even in this group, is, committing first before you have everything figured out. So and basically be willing to kind of ready, fire, aim before it's like ready, and then make sure it's all perfect and have everything figured out, and everything. Like, I see this all the time, like people like, well, how much should I charge for this lead gen deal before they even have their lead gen site finished? Or, they're so terrified about, and this, I went through this too myself. It's like, well, what happens if I set up this niche is not the perfect niche? Well, if this is going to work for you, this is going to be one of many niches anyway. So it's just better to start making, I call it moving the ball down the field every week. Just make progress instead of trying to, hit perfection. So it all starts though with commitment. Commit first, and then start taking action towards it without having everything, figured out up front. So one thing I would suggest, and I'm making this like myself this year, I'm gonna have 150 lead gens that I'm making this public because it's gonna hold myself accountable. 150 lead gens by the end of this year. That's what I'm like, that's my personal goal. Okay. I have over 40 at this point, but I'm gonna have 150. And so I'm committing first. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna completely, make that happen, but I'm making a commitment and I'll figure it out. It's interesting to me how, the old saying, like, genius follows commitment, right? Like if you're fully committed, it's interesting how new ideas and certain things can sometimes just come up that you'll figure it out, because you're 100% all in. So that's kind of what I wanted to that's one of the things that came up, because when we asked people at the event how many people had more than, what was it, 10 lead gens?
Yeah.
There's like 2 people. And even though I'm not going to dog anyone, because there's a lot of people that were new and everything else,
sure,
but still, like, you're not going to make this work unless you start, thinking in terms of scale and volume.